Good morning, everyone. We are so happy you're here. Welcome to May 2021 Commencement. If you need a restroom, they're located in either building. If you need any first aid assistance, please see the tent there on your left. We will get started promptly at 10 a.m., so please find your seats and get excited.
Welcome. You may be seated. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think this is the best graduation ever. I mean, the sun is shining, the heat is not oppressing, and we get to be here together after an extraordinary year and to celebrate you graduates. It is so good to be with you. So the function of an invocation is to call upon the divine to bless this occasion, and I do call upon the Spirit of life to bless each of you and to bless this gathering here. And as President Fowler reminded us last night, in the Christian and Jewish scriptures, it says that wherever people are gathered, God is there. So invite each of you, especially you graduates, to take a moment and to ground yourselves in the Spirit that has led you to this moment. Consider those people who are present, who are departed, who are your ancestors, who have made it possible for you to be here. Consider the people who have challenged you, who have loved you, who have supported you, and take a moment to honor them. And I invite you to release their names into the air and to shout out who is present with you to celebrate this moment with you. Who are the people who have inspired you? Let's hear it. All right, say some names. Yes, yes. Amen. I want to share with you a line of a song that I learned at the cabin, and I want to share it because there's been a lot that's been hard about this year, about a long stretch of time, and I want to honor that in this moment. And I want, as you hear the line, to remember that storms may still swirl, and yet we take this moment to pause and to celebrate the gift of life and the gift of meaning in our connection together. And so I share this with you as a blessing. Alleluia, the great storm is over. Lift up your wings and fly. Alleluia, the great storm is over. Lift up your wings and fly. Amen.
That was great, Tyler. Good morning, everybody. I'm Amy Rawls, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Wesleyan College, it gives me great joy to welcome all of you to this historic commencement ceremony. Congratulations, class of 2021. You did it. You made it through one of the most difficult times in history. And Tyler, I think we have a theme going here. You worked hard. Now it's time to celebrate with those you love and to be thankful for those who encouraged you along the way. No one does it alone. As you look today at faculty, staff, parents, friends, and classmates who encouraged you along your journey, I hope you will think about how you will be the voice of encouragement to others. There is no greater gift. The Apostle Paul had such wonderful advice to the Romans that I wanted to share with you today, and I'm sharing it as Eugene Peterson wrote it in the Message, and it reads beautifully. And I hope that some of these words will linger in your heart and become practices in your life. From Romans chapter 12, love from the center of who you are. Don't fake it. Run for dear life from evil. Hold on dear to life, to good. Be good friends who love deeply. Practice playing second fiddle. And this is from me. Let someone else have the last word. Being loved is a lot better than being right. Don't burn out. Keep yourselves fueled and aflame. Be alert servants of the Master, cheerfully expectant. Don't quit in hard times. Pray all the harder. Help needy people. Bless your enemies. No cursing under your breath. Laugh with your happy friends when they're happy, and share tears when they're down. Get along with each other. Don't be stuck up. Make friends with nobodies. Don't be the great somebody. And this is from me. Cast a wide net. Always leave room in your circle for someone who needs a friend. Don't hit back. Discover beauty in everyone. If you've got it in you, get along with everybody. Don't insist on getting even. That's not for you to do. I'll do the judging, says God. Our scriptures tell us that if you see your enemy hungry, go buy him some lunch or give him something to drink. Your generosity will surprise him with goodness. Don't let evil get the best of you. Get the best of evil by doing good. God bless you, congratulations, and I can't wait to celebrate all the good that you're going to do in this world. Godspeed.
Well, good morning and welcome everyone to Wesleyan College and Commencement 2021. I'm Vivian Fowler, and it's been my great joy and privilege to serve as your president for the last 4 years. We are delighted beyond words to be here today, seeing each other in person and welcoming many parents and loved ones who are here to celebrate what truly is a milestone occasion in the lives of these graduates. For those of you who have joined us through live stream, we welcome you too. We're thrilled to be able to gather outdoors safely and with you on Wesleyan's beautiful campus for this auspicious occasion. Seniors, we've heard you have some pretty ambitious plans ahead of you. We know that 14 of you, at least 14 of you, are going right into graduate school at universities with impressive names like Auburn, Arcadia, Boston, Clemson, Georgia State, Emory, George Washington, Holy Family, and the universities of California, Georgia, and Rochester. 3 of you have chosen to graduate programs right here at Wesleyan, and aren't we lucky? 1 of you is headed to the U.S. Army Officers School, and 5 of you have accepted challenging and prestigious full-time internships. More than half of you are already employed as nurses, teachers, accountants, and much more. Have we told you how proud we are of you? But those of us who have seen you grow and thrive over these years at Wesleyan are not at all surprised to witness your success. Many of you entered in the fall of 2017, so we've known you for 4 years. You were a small but mighty class, and you persisted in greater percentages than most classes before you, with 65% of you graduating in 4 years. And you know, that's way more than Wesleyan's average and the national average for private colleges, so give yourselves a hand. And those of you who entered in 2017 entered during a year dedicated to racial healing and transformation. And in subsequent years, you were joined by others who helped us define what it truly means to be an inclusive community, committed to justice and equity. You redefined civic engagement at Wesleyan, registering to vote and voting in huge numbers in 2020, honoring historic and current efforts to allow all Americans access to voting. Now, you've heard over the last couple of days from many people, you've heard you did it. But you, capital D-I-D, did it. You mastered the art of dialogue with DID, diversity and inclusion discussions. You helped us introduce a new motto, One Wesleyan, many voices, find yours. You witnessed the renovation of Willett Library and the athletic fields. You helped rebuild the Student Government Association and our athletic programs, and you supported each other during a worldwide pandemic. In your future endeavors, when you encounter challenges and changes, when you hear the word pivot, when you must engage remotely and meaningfully with colleagues all around the world, and when your employer sends you to the cloud to learn a necessary skill, you will look back on your Wesleyan experience and know that you can accomplish amazing things even in the midst of adversity. And speaking of adversity, while this has been a tough 4 years for some of you, for many of you, some of you have persevered for 6, 7, 8, and 9 years, interrupted by life events that caused you to step away from Wesleyan for a while or take a part-time route. And we are so proud of you. Well, I was curious to learn about your predecessors a century ago from the class of 1921. And I discovered something interesting in their yearbook, the 1921 Veterop. With colors red and white, just like you, they had a Latin motto, per aspera ad astra, which means through hardships to the stars. Each one of you has endured hardships to get to this point in your journey. Personal and family hardships, physical and emotional difficulties, and occasionally an academic challenge or two. But you worked through these hardships, and here you are, stars, each one of you, reaching for the stars to fulfill your goals for the future. In the coming years, as you think back on your time at Wesleyan, I hope you will recall a community that was academically challenging, purposeful, inclusive, and connected. I hope you will tell others about Wesleyan, and I hope you will remember that you left your stamp on this little spot in the world. Your impact will ripple throughout space and time because of what happened here, because of you. Senior stars of the class of 2021, shine brightly and offer your light to the world, and may God bless you on your journey. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Sarah Shervanak, Wesleyan graduate from the class of 1993, graduate of Samford University's Cumberland School of Law, and recent retiree from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, as well as wife and mother. And she brought with her her friend, a college classmate, Tavon. Hello, thank you for being with us. Those friendships really do last a lifetime. Sarah Shervanak has held many roles in the FBI since 1997. Special agent in the Washington field office for 11 years, working cases in international terrorism and cyber counterterrorism, where in 1997 she led the Tactical Operations Center in the search for Atlanta Centennial Park bomber. In 1998, investigated the U.S. Embassy bombing in Tanzania, and in 2001, investigated the 9/11 attack on the Pentagon. She was a supervisory special agent at the FBI headquarters in the Directorate of Intelligence, head of the FBI's Threat Review and Prioritization Process Initiative, receiving for her team the 2015 Director's Award for Excellence in Program Management. She was the unit chief of the Directorate of Intelligence Office of Partner Engagement, working with other intelligence and law enforcement agencies. She was with the Office of the Director of National Intelligence before returning to the FBI's Office of Partner Engagement as unit chief. And after her brief retirement, was it a week or a month? A week. After her brief retirement, she was employed with the Institute for Intergovernmental Research as a senior research associate. A former standout on Wesleyan's soccer team, she was, but you won't see her soccer jersey number today because it was retired when she completed her senior year at Wesleyan. Sarah has competed in 2 Ironman triathlons and was honored in 2008 with Wesleyan's Young Alumna Award for the love of her country, for her dedication to protecting the people of the United States of America, for her commitment to making our world a safer place to live, and for her efforts to end terrorism. Class of 2021 and friends, please join me in welcoming back to Wesleyan, Sarah Shervanak.
Good morning. It is so wonderful to be back on Wesleyan's campus. As was just stated, I was last here in 2008, and before that, when I was sitting in your very seats waiting to graduate and start my next adventure. My emotions are strong today, not only because of the strength of sisterhood, but because we are all presently here today among family, friends, and loved ones celebrating this momentous occasion. I would be remiss to not mention the uncertainty we have faced over the past year as a result of the coronavirus pandemic and unrest across much of the country. In some capacity, we have all been affected, either directly or indirectly. My heartfelt appreciation goes out to all of the individuals who have worked tirelessly and courageously to protect, comfort, and meet our nation's needs during these difficult and sometimes trying times. I want to thank President Fowler, Denise Holloway, and the entire Wesleyan faculty, staff, and administration for offering me this wonderful opportunity to speak to you on this important day. This is a true honor, and I am thrilled to be here with you, the class of 2021. When I sat in your seats as a graduating senior 27 years ago, I did not know that I would join the world's premier law enforcement agency as an FBI special agent. However, in my first year of law school, I realized that I needed to be on the enforcement side of the law, and thus my journey began. I graduated from law school in 1996, passed the Alabama bar, and entered on duty with the FBI in March 1997. I was attracted to the obedience and rigor of the FBI as an institution, as well as the excitement of working with law enforcement, the intelligence community, and Department of Justice partners to investigate and prosecute criminals. As was mentioned in the introduction, I did just retire from the FBI in March with 24 years of service and accepted a position with a nonprofit focused on law enforcement and criminal justice programs and initiatives. I am enjoying my new job, but I must admit that my sense of nostalgia for the FBI grew in my final weeks before retiring, as did my realization that I would soon be starting a new career as a new employee. I suspect many of you are feeling similar mixed emotions of excitement and trepidation as you prepare to graduate and take on your next challenge. Such feelings are normal, and you are prepared. Today, I would like to share with you a little bit about the FBI and its guiding principles, and then focus on what I perceive as some dangerous trends in today's society. I will close by offering a few ideas on how you might positively approach our current culture as you begin your next important stage of your lives. The FBI's mission is simple: protect the American people and uphold the Constitution of the United States. The FBI has broad federal jurisdiction and is responsible for protecting the United States from terrorist attacks, foreign intelligence operations and espionage, and cyber-based attacks and high-technology crimes. The FBI is also responsible for combating public corruption at all levels, transnational organized crime, major white-collar crime, and significant violent crime. And carrying out its vast mission, FBI employees are, at all times, required to uphold and protect civil rights and civil liberties. The FBI's public service is a public trust and one that cannot be taken lightly. It is here that the FBI's motto becomes vital. In addition to those three letters, FBI, standing for Federal Bureau of Investigation, they also represent a way of life and a code of conduct for all FBI employees. The F in FBI represents fidelity. Fidelity is the virtue of truth and action, following through on our promises and vows. Fidelity demands a constant struggle, taking the more difficult path as opposed to an easier or more convenient one. In the FBI, fidelity means honoring the oath sworn the day we were officially appointed as special agents. To maintain trust and meet their obligation to protect the public, special agents must vigilantly comply with the laws that govern their daily conduct and activities, from identifying potential federal violations to properly managing complex investigations that could result in criminal charges, indictments, and prosecutions. If the FBI strays from necessary boundaries, trust in its ability to properly enforce the law is broken and credibility is lost. The B in FBI represents bravery. Bravery or courage is having the physical or moral strength to confront danger, difficulty, fear, pain, or uncertainty. In the physical sense, bravery is valor in the face of extreme hardship. In the words of Mark Twain, courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. These words are boldly displayed in the FBI Training Academy in Quantico, Virginia, to serve as daily inspiration for new FBI trainees and as a continuous reminder of the importance of bravery to fulfill the FBI's mission. Personal fortitude enables FBI trainees to endure weeks of difficult training encompassing classroom education, exacting proficiency in the critical disciplines of firearms, defensive tactics, and physical fitness, and scenario-based practical applications that tie together all disciplines to demonstrate one's readiness and preparedness to accept the responsibilities of a special agent. It is upon successful completion of special agent training where the virtue of bravery becomes paramount. Throughout their careers, FBI agents encounter dangerous individuals and situations. For example, apprehension of violent criminals, travel to foreign countries in response to international acts of terrorism, or responding to and investigating attacks within the homeland, such as those perpetrated against the United States on September 11, 2001, or the numerous mass casualty and active shooter incidents that have plagued our country in recent years. In all situations, the courageous agent understands the danger and faces it head-on, not in a manner of recklessness, but through quick, well-considered, and brave decisions to act judiciously despite one's fear. Finally, the I in FBI represents integrity. Integrity speaks to an individual's or institution's honesty, sincerity, and trustworthiness. Integrity is discerning right from wrong and acting on the right. In the FBI, integrity demands incorruptibility. In the course of their jobs, special agents are entrusted with sensitive and classified information that must be rigorously protected. In the words of 18th century English writer, poet, and playwright Samuel Johnson, integrity without knowledge is weak and useless, and knowledge without integrity is dangerous and dreadful. These words are displayed alongside those of Mark Twain in the FBI Academy as a reminder that the knowledge FBI employees gain by virtue of their access must never be abused. Above all, FBI agents must place loyalty to public service above personal gain, because if the FBI loses the public's trust, it's hard to earn it back. So when considered more closely, however, integrity is more than honesty and trustworthiness. The words integral and integrated are forms of this word that suggest completeness, wholeness, or the state of being undivided. Most of us strive for personal integrity in our lives: spiritual, moral, intellectual, physical, and emotional. Although it takes tremendous effort, our goal is for all parts of our personality to work in harmony. Organizations and institutions also strive for integrity and wholeness. Integrated workforces are more productive, and partnerships are more robust. So in accepting the premise that integration is the antidote for division, I am saddened by the growing fractionalization within our society. The U.S. government has long understood the political warfare tactics of foreign adversaries who contribute to this division. Identified nation-state actors engage in a variety of activities, such as funding divisive groups and exploiting social media in an effort to sow discord and demoralize the American public. By drawing heightened attention to existing social conflicts, foreign adversaries inflame public discourse and pit Americans against one another in furtherance of their larger geopolitical goals. We have witnessed this in the aftermath of contentious law enforcement encounters that have gained national attention. Likewise, we continue to witness aggressive foreign efforts to divide and undermine confidence in democratic processes surrounding U.S. elections. However, what I find increasingly more alarming than foreign adversary efforts to sow discord is the complicity and contribution of powerful U.S. institutions to our society's division and fragmentation, to include elements of government, the media, big tech, and educational institutions. In many states and localities across the country, we are witnessing unprecedented government overreach that threatens our basic principles of freedom, along with a reluctance to enforce basic laws aimed at protecting U.S. citizens and infrastructure. Take, for example, the often arbitrary exertion of government power in response to the current pandemic, the closure of businesses, churches, and schools, and restrictions on personal movement. Yet in contrast, deliberate disregard of pandemic-related orders and mandates during violent social unrest that has impacted our country since last summer. Peaceful protests focused on drawing attention to a prominent tragedy and the need for police reform were quickly politicized, leading to national and local level efforts to limit and delegitimize policing. This has created a welcome environment for opportunistic crime by those who reject authority and has fostered an anti-law enforcement narrative and movement that has had significant and negative impact on our nation's collective safety and security. Having spent 24 years in law enforcement, many of those on the front lines with federal agents and state and local officers, I believe that thoughtful, measured police reform is necessary. I also know that in law enforcement, as in all profession, there are most unfortunately bad people who do bad things. As the saying goes in our law enforcement circles, no one hates a bad cop more than a good cop. However, bad cops are the exception and not the rule. The wrongdoing of a few should not cast a shadow over the law enforcement profession as a whole, which, despite the increasing dangers they face, go to work each day to serve, protect, and defend our freedoms. Next, many media and entertainment outlets and big tech companies eagerly push a biased political ideology of disinformation and misinformation, resulting in what some have characterized as viewpoint discrimination. The intentional and willful distortion of news endangers our First Amendment guarantee of a free press that encourages the exchange of factual and diverse ideas. And recently, commenting on the increased power of the press, a concerned federal appeals court judge in Washington, D.C. noted that ideological homogeneity in the media or in the channels of information distribution risks repressing certain ideas from the public consciousness just as surely as if access were restricted by the government. The power and influence that media and big tech wields should be a concern to all who understand the dangers of state-run communications as they exist in authoritarian and dictatorial countries across the world. Finally, a growing number of institutions, to include public school systems and institutes of higher education, push a dangerous form of indoctrination versus education. Rather than being exposed to diverse ideas, students are taught a given perspective. Rather than learning how to sharpen critical thinking skills, students are taught critical theories that adopt a core tenet that oppression and injustice is present in America's founding principles and in all interactions, and thus must be detected and dismantled. Classroom discourse is often displaced with hyper-emotional and politically correct hyperbole, where divergent viewpoints, challenges, and disagreements are deemed intolerable. Critical theories are fast becoming the default ideology of many government institutions, injected into key programs and decision-making processes, and boldly wielded as a tool of political power. The true consequences? Legitimate issues are exploited. Actual occurrences of oppression, such as racism, sexism, and homophobia, go unaddressed. Hostility to diversity of opinion increases. Society is further polarized, and we find ourselves living in a culture wherein the majority is no longer intellectually cultivated. The confluence of all of the above is the emergence of identity politics and the resultant cancel culture. Identity politics at its root is intended to divide and separate people into different social groups based on their ranking related to privilege and grievance. Impressionable individuals are led to believe that the color of their skin, or their ethnicity, or their gender, or their religion, or their socioeconomic status singularly defines who they are and what they can achieve. Political agendas are developed to address each variety of oppression, with demands for absolute political justice leading to canceling anyone or anything that deviates even slightly from the ideological line. The cancel culture views free speech as an abomination and is not interested in productive or reasoned dialogue. Over the course of the past few years, we have seen members of government, prominent and ordinary individuals, public speakers, books, movies, TV programs, games, restaurants, mascot, logos, and everyday products canceled from social media platforms, online, and in-store retailers. We have seen cities and states across the country, to include the great state of Georgia, boycotted by professional sports, corporate America, and the entertainment industry because of state laws and local politics. Finally, we are witnessing formidable efforts to rewrite or repeal portions of America's rich history. This is a very dangerous trend. If we fail to teach an honest and complete account of our past, or we focus on times of darkness without also recognizing the progress that followed, our future generations will not be equipped to address future evils. In the words of former U.S. President Ronald Reagan in 1989 farewell speech, we've got to teach history based not on what's in fashion, but what's important. If we forget what we did, we won't know who we are. So although we are presently living in a culture that is confused, there is great hope. You are the next generation of women leaders who can work hard to bring about real change. This beautiful school, Wesleyan, with more than 180 years of history and tradition, has prepared you, as it did me, to face complex challenges and to achieve great things. Apply the virtues of fidelity, bravery, and integrity in all that you do, remembering that they are guided by reason and facts and not by well-intentioned but misplaced emotion. We must tenaciously address all instances of inequality and injustice, but we must do so with honesty. There is an outspoken professor at a prominent university in New England who often shares her pessimistic view that oppression is baked into everything we do. It's embedded in our institutions. It's embedded in our minds and hearts. I believe statements like this are incredibly dishonest and harmful. As a person with friends who fall into nearly every protected class, I cannot accept this. As a professional who supervised a widely diverse, productive, and close-knit unit during my final assignment in the FBI, I cannot accept this. And as a Christian who believes that we are all created in the image and likeness of God, I will not accept this. We have been given abundant freedom, and how we choose to exercise this freedom speaks to our free will. We have the freedom to consider all of the possibilities and opportunities before us and to use our free will to choose poorly or to choose well. I believe we choose well when we accept that truth is objective and morals are not relative. I believe we choose well when we put the needs of others before our own and protect the most vulnerable among us. I believe we choose well when we listen to and engage in civil discourse with people who hold different opinions than ours. I believe we choose well when we stand up and courageously speak the truth against popular narratives that cannot deliver the happiness they promise. I believe we choose well when we reject divisive theories and challenge people of all backgrounds to examine the content of their character and achieve their full potential. I believe we choose well when we share the truth that unity does not mean uniformity, and that our collective human sum is more than one or two of our individual parts. Finally, I believe we choose well when we commit to being warriors for good in all that we do. As you graduate today and embark on your next journey, I encourage you to carefully explore all of the amazing opportunities before you and to choose well. Life is not always easy. Choices are often difficult, and at times you may fail. This is a good thing. Shortcomings and failures, more than our accomplishments, provide opportunities to self-reflect, rise up, and chart out a new and better path. When times get tough for me, I do not allow discouragement or despair to win. Rather, I remember the wisdom of a 20th century saint who acknowledged the difficulty of daily struggles and the feeling of going uphill and against the grain. His advice was to always remember that everything that happens is for the good. Therefore, accept what seems hard to you. You are strong, bright, beautiful women with exciting futures ahead of you. Remember when you encounter struggles that God is always working for your good, and that you will eventually emerge from those struggles stronger and having learned valuable lessons that will help you move forward in life. I thank you for the honor of speaking to you today, and I wish you the greatest happiness and success in all that you do. May God bless you.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for your service to our country. In 2012, Wesleyan College was selected to be part of the highly respected Algernon, Sidney, and Mary Mildred Sullivan Awards program, created a century ago to honor its two namesakes who set a high standard for character and service. Each year, we give the Mary Mildred Sullivan Award to a graduating senior during our commencement exercises, to the one student who best exemplifies excellence in character, leadership, service to the community, and commitment to spiritual values. This year's Sullivan recipient is a faith and service scholar who has participated in nearly every service initiative in some way since her first year at Wesleyan, logging more than 270 service hours in 4 years, twice the average for college students, through Aunt Maggie's kitchen table programs, Wow-A-Day, and other service initiatives. She's an admissions ambassador, a writing center tutor, a contributing writer for her campus, and the managing editor of the Literary and Art Journal. Wesleyan College has been a better place because of the selfless service of Natalie Stallworth. Congratulations, Natalie.
Good morning. Occasionally, the Wesleyan College Board of Trustees vote to honor retiring faculty who have made a significant and lasting impact on the Wesleyan community by bestowing upon them the title Professor Emeritus. This year, we have 2 faculty members retiring who have met the criteria of working at Wesleyan for more than 20 years and have made an impact on our community during that time with us. Would Dr. Iskra please come forward? Dr. Joseph A. Iskra joined the Wesleyan faculty in 1983 and is assistant professor of mathematics. In 1988, he received the Herbert Preston and Marion Haley Endowed Chair in Mathematics. He served as chair of the Faculty Council twice, as chair of the Department of Mathematics, and taught over 22 different math classes for us. Are there really that many? He also published papers and presented research at conferences. For his dedication to Wesleyan and his commitment to her students, the trustees have honored Dr. Iskra with the Associate Professor Emeritus of Wesleyan Colleges with all the rights, privilege, and honors appertaining thereto. Please. There you go. Congratulations. Our second retiree cannot be with us today, but Dr. David Bobbitt joined the Wesleyan College faculty in 1999 as an associate professor of communication. Dr. Bobbitt has served the institution on numerous committees, including faculty council, curriculum committee. He's also served as chair of the humanities division, chair of the communication department. He's taught over 9 different courses, been the academic advisor to more than 100 students, sponsored over 50 student internships, served as academic advisor on 7 honors theses. He's written a book titled The Rhetoric of Redemption and has presented his research at national and regional conferences for his distinguished work at Wesleyan. The Board of Trustees have honored him with the title Associate Professor Emeritus of Wesleyan College. Please join me in congratulating him. Okay, so now are you ready for what we came for? All right, let's do this thing. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please rise? That's you guys. President Fowler, on the recommendation of the faculty of Wesleyan College, I present these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Georgia, and upon recommendation of the faculty and the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you and each of you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto.
Woo! Will the candidates please come forward? Well, some of you got to come forward and some of you can sit. Front row stands and come on. Follow your junior marshal. Friends and family, we didn't get to rehearse like we normally do, so we'll get this right. Are they going to play music? Are they playing music? All right. Nancy Abarca. Kelsey Rianne Adair, magna cum laude in absentia. Brandy Alcindor, cum laude. No? In absentia, I guess. Nadia Nawal Ashahabi, summa cum laude. Brianna Aisha Baldwin. Kirsten Victoria Bargeron, magna cum laude. Ty Battle. Fettlework Blitch, magna cum laude. Erica Latrice Brady. Caitlin Brooks. Kaylee Ann Bowie, cum laude. Jamie Burrell. Tiffany M. Butler. Ivana Sherelle Louise Campbell. Barbara Davis Crawford, in absentia. Benedicta Iku Dadson, summa cum laude. Benita Dadson, magna cum laude. Emily Daniels, cum laude. Dion Daniel Lee. Madeline Delaney. Jennifer Malay DeLong, in absentia. Shanquinice Tamia Dennis. Madison Dubois, summa cum laude. Ayana Yasmin Egens, cum laude. Ashley Michelle Etheridge, summa cum laude. Andrea Felix. Renee Gable, cum laude in absentia. Kaylee Goding, cum laude. Sarah Gott. Tiamari Yvonne Grant, magna cum laude. Elspeth Hansen. Mary Elizabeth Harper, cum laude. Margaret Olivia Howard, cum laude. Cassidy Claire Hewlett, cum laude. Hannah Noel Jones, magna cum laude. Brittany Kelly, magna cum laude. Kai Monet Key. Kara Nicole Kite. Gianna Kim. Patricia Smith Cratley. Aaron Leafy, cum laude. Alexis Grace Liner. Jordan Looney, magna cum laude. Caroline Yungshin Loon, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Mackler, magna cum laude. Aaliyah Stavon Bria McClendon. Emma McDonald. Sydney McDonald. McClendon. Alexis Adair Merrow. Courtney Moore. Amy Morgan, magna cum laude. Shawanda Yvette Nash. Megan Nutter. Charlotte Reger. Brooke Maria Regal, summa cum laude. Sweta Rizal, summa cum laude. Terry L. Shipman, cum laude. Akshaya Shastra, magna cum laude. Imani Sumner, cum laude. Megan Spike, magna cum laude. Natalie Stallworth, magna cum laude. Nora Starheim, summa cum laude. Carter Stiles Williams. Elizabeth Strickland, magna cum laude. Allison Strout. Eve Stump, magna cum laude. Danielle Sharon Tate. Monet Taylor. Chandra K. T. Oliver. Parker Tucker. Paloma Bernice Velasco Rios. Tyler Elise Walker. Sydney Moore Westmoreland. TK Williams. Anastasia Wu, magna cum laude. Ningxia Wu. Robin Elizabeth Yon, magna cum laude. Olivia Alexandra Young, cum laude. Congratulations to all of our Bachelor of Arts degree graduates. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree please rise?
They're already up.
Oh, will you rise? Okay. President Fowler, on the recommendation of the faculty of Wesleyan College, I present these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Georgia, and upon recommendation of the faculty and the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you and each of you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto.
Will the candidates please come forward? Hannah Allen, cum laude. Savannah Broussard. Denise Chatfield. Tia Tamara Stewart Dennis. Kimmy Dick. Ugochi Chagozerman Imarali cum laude. Gerkevier Freeman. Gerkevier Freeman. Caitlin Gaskins, cum laude. Savannah Hope Holland. Jessica Johnson. Alexis Renee Cochera. Won Wei Kuo. Rolanda N. McGriff. Shania Madrano. Courtney L. Moore. Ansley Michelle Mosley. Angela Molinex. Kayla Nobles. Jessica P. Robinson. Amy Roebuck. Erica Chartice Sampson. Nakia Danielle Smith. Harley Danielle Spires. Ivy Stonbach. Andrea Webb Winters. Let's give all of our Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates a hand. Will all of our graduates please stand up? Friends and family, I present to you the class of 2021. Move your tassels, graduate. Please remain standing for the singing of our alma mater.
Hail Wesleyan, thou emblem of all that is grand, the noblest, the greatest in all the fair land.
In closing, graduates, I invite you to stand firmly in your power, root yourselves. It has been so much fun, on the one hand, to feel the love that you all share with one another. That is so special. And on the other hand, I enjoyed just looking out and watching your faces throughout this ceremony. I read you, I got you. And here's what I'll say. You know what you need to know. Stand firm in the truths that you know. Stand firm in the truths of your being. In the truths that Black Lives Matter, that queer love is divine, that trans being is holy, that your income is not your worth. And now go forth, graduates, and live out these truths. Blessings upon you.